This is Andrew Gullifson with Hubtek, and we're going to have a little hub talk with William Randall from Hubtek Logistics.
Looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
So with these pricing pressures and movements of the market significantly, do you look at other modalities of transportation, both from a customer sourcing perspective, but even just taking care of your existing customers?
Sure. I think you're absolutely correct. When you see, especially, the significant pricing changes or customers reacting or, trying to figure out, how am I going to manage through this? I think customers come to you, that's number one, and they talk about what can you do different? How can we solve this problem? Can you offer a warehousing solution? Can you, ship this cheaper? Can you, can we do this LTL? Can we, how do we do, things differently? I also think with the pressure on the supply chain, a lot of people have looked at, can they own more of the supply chain process, right? So that may mean, doing some drayage. That may mean air freight. That may mean, taking on behalf of the customer some other parts of the supply chain which you might not necessarily do normally. And that's been great for us because it's given us an opportunity to expand into different areas. We are traditionally a primarily dry van and platform equipment, flatbed, provider, but we've had the opportunity because of these things and through partnership to expand into providing other services, from whether it be drayage or LTL, which we typically didn't do much of at all. We've done significantly more than we've ever done this year because of those pricing pressures, and learning your way in that. But that kind of ties all back to the partnership with Hubtek, because when you're ready to pivot or you need to pivot, having a partner that can on demand provide the training, or at least the background or the initial kind of education to some of the operational support that we have here has been phenomenal, right? Because the salespeople in my organization can pivot, and we could very easily rely on our partner Hubtek to pivot with us and help us to train the people, our operations support here, to go with us, right? And that, I can't tell you how invaluable that is. That's been, that's brought efficiency and given me confidence in my conversations, because I know I don't have to worry about, of course I got to participate in it, it's not hands off, but I know that I have the backing of that partnership that's going to enable me to, to transition and be nimble on my feet as a small company to continue to grow, regardless of the pricing pressures and the pendulum swings that we've seen this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as companies, you see them having to adapt, having to change on some of those things. And when you can control that change is a great thing, but sometimes that's outside of your control.
Absolutely. And I think that, going back to, having multiple voices in the room, right? And being willing to hear and to accept different perspectives. When your operations staff is customer focused, I don't want to say centered, but they're talking to the customer every day because you trust them and you value them. They're going to hear from the customer, right? Like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. And so being able to connect that way and being able to hear those needs enables you to deal with changes and sometimes be in the forefront of the change, right? Like, if Miguel or one of my people comes back to me and says, hey, the customer was complaining about this, or the customer thinks they have a need here, those are signals that, you can use to find a different way to satisfy that need, and that's been great. So,
good deal. Well, I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us today on Hub Talk. And again, William Randall, Hubtek Logistics. Thank you.
Anytime. I'm willing and able, and I appreciate the support and the help. I can't say that enough.
Absolutely. And again, thank you for coming down to Columbia again.
Awesome. Pleasure to be here.